What's going on, everyone? MikeO back. Got another mail day recap coming for you. Just a couple cards that I wanted to share, show you what I picked up recently. Just a few. But before that, just figured I'd talk for a couple minutes. It's obviously been a crazy couple months. It's been every time you sit there and think maybe, just maybe, we'll get somewhat back to normal, it seems like something else comes up or something. And everyone knows what I'm talking about, between the coronavirus and everything being delayed and now the civil unrest. It's been a very stressful time for many reasons, whether it's affecting family, work, just feeling safe going out in public, things we're looking forward to as sports card fans and collectors. Many of us were looking forward to the National or our local card shops or local shows, and things have been canceled and postponed and closed for a long time. So I think social media, while it has some drawbacks, and there's plenty of them and plenty of issues with that, there's a lot of positivity, and it's great for us as collectors and people who have a lot of common interest to connect. And I try my best to respond. I read every single comment, and I get very behind on replying to them, and I do, every now and then I'll spend a couple hours replying to as many as I can, and I'm still crazy behind. But I did want to mention some great ways to kind of be involved and chat and talk about the hobby and sports and such. I do have a Discord server, which is free. Apparently there's people who charge for these things and stuff like that. So I'm going to post a link below, but the links are usually only good for like 24 to 48 hours. So if you're interested and the link isn't working, shoot me a message some way, somehow, and I will send you a new one. Also, I do have a Facebook page now, just MikeO. That'll be linked. Great way to send messages and stuff and kind of see what's going on in the hobby or some hobby thoughts. There's a Facebook group that I have with Triple Crown 24 for PSA and SGC submissions, but it's not just to be involved in maybe submitting cards. You can use it to follow what people are getting graded, to see reveals, to showcase some cards on your own. I definitely always encourage people to showcase some of their graded cards, just maybe once or twice a week. Just post a photo of a card that either means a lot to you or something you picked up, just something you want to share. I think that's a fantastic group to be involved in. I'm on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. I don't use them a ton, but I have been using them for cards. So these are all ways to kind of communicate with me and other collectors, because obviously there's a huge community here. It's continuing to grow, and I just encourage everyone to check out each other's channels and kind of stay involved and talk about the hobby. And sometimes you need to talk about more. Obviously, as sports fans, it sounds like the NBA and NHL are hopefully coming back very soon. They have plans in place. If you're a baseball fan like me, as of the time I'm recording this video, we don't know what's going on. I would think there'll be some sort of season because the commissioner can mandate a shortened season, and I'll sign up for anything. I've actually seen people say, I'd rather wait till 2021. If you'd rather wait till 2021, I think you're nuts. Would a 48-game season be ideal? Of course not. I mean, I'd rather see 81, 102. Would have loved 162. That's just not a reality this year, but I'll take anything as a baseball fan. I think if they don't play at all this year, that is horrendous for the hobby and even worse for the sport. That would just be brutal, because if it's for health reasons, we would understand. If it's for money reasons, that's unforgivable in my opinion, and absolutely an embarrassment for the sport of baseball. The fact that they haven't come to an agreement to this point is kind of a disgrace. And some people take sides either way. I blame both of them. Both the players and the owners need to find a way to come together and both make some concessions. And I would lean a little more towards the owners, because hey, if you're collecting tax dollars to build stadiums in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia over the years, and obviously across this country, I believe you owe it to the public to find a way to play baseball, and you owe it to yourselves and the history of the sport to play baseball, find a way to play baseball. Just do it, get it done, no excuses. Hey, you're going to take a loss this year, that's great. I'm sorry. That's just something that's going to happen. But if you give up a full season when totally not necessary, that should cost you a lot more in the long run. So I've been rambling a little bit. I have a few cards. I just wanted to talk about those different things you can join to get involved in the community even more so than just commenting on videos. I will post those links below, and also I will share, it's not up yet, but in a few days, myself and my buddy Ed, aka Wesker Griff, appeared on Sports Card Talk with Ray from Philly and This Baseball Card Life, and we did a lengthy episode, but it was a good time. It was fun talking about some thoughts on the hobby and sports and just memories of collecting. So let's show off the cards. All right, so the first card I picked up was a Topps Now Turn Back the Clock. Features Steve Carlton setting the NL record with 6th career one-hitter. So Topps Now, obviously, they have not been producing your standard cards because the season has not yet started. Hopefully, of course, it will start soon. We'll see. They did these throwbacks featuring that 1987 design, and they're pretty neat. I did see they made a few Phillies, Schmidt, Carlton, and Ryan Howard, and I didn't jump on any of them through Topps.com, and I should have, mostly because I actually have Topps.com points from making purchases. So I could have just ordered one and not paid anything for it, just redeemed some points, and I didn't. So I was forced to buy this one on the secondary market, but happy to have it. I still need the Mike Schmidt one, but I do have the Ryan Howard. It's just another option, so I do appreciate Topps on-demand products. I know sometimes people get a little discouraged with how much they put up, but I have fun with it. Next pickup is a 1963 Topps Dodgers Big Three featuring Johnny Padres, Don Drysdale, and Sandy Koufax. This is in a PSA 5. It's an excellent 5. Fairly nice centering, clean overall. Definitely happy to add this one to the collection. I mean, this is just a great vintage card with 3 great pitchers, 3 awesome members of the Dodgers. The reason I specifically targeted this one was for the Johnny Padres and, just for the Johnny Padres collection, but happy to have it regardless with Drysdale and Koufax as well. Got this one in a 5 at a really good price, so for combined shipping, I just couldn't turn it down. But really nice card there. I'm always trying to find some oddball Phillies. There's a lot of pre-war stuff I still need, and some of it is affordable, just hard to kind of come across, and others are unbelievably expensive, but there's always oddball stuff you can find. This is from 1988 Topps sticker card. Features Mike Schmidt and Andre Dawson. It's a Gem Mint 10. This card was well below the cost of getting a card graded. I think it was like $6 or $7. Obviously not something that's ever going to be super popular, but it does feature Mike Schmidt and Andre Dawson. So it's a nice addition to the Phillies collection, something a little different. So happy to pick that one up. And there's a lot of stuff. A lot of the oddball stuff from the 80s, early 90s is incredibly cheap, whether it's raw or slabbed. And then the final card I have to share is a 2005 Topps Turkey Red Tom Brady in a Gem 10. So nice PSA card there. And I just really love the look of the Turkey Red. I think it looks great. Do collect Tom Brady, so happy to add that to the collection. I mean, that is, to me, just a fantastic looking card. Speaking of Turkey Reds, that is something that I am actively looking for. Looking to add a Philly to the collection, and I followed some over the last couple years and have not pulled the trigger on one. Obviously, the original Turkey Reds are much larger than these standard size cards, but I just think they look great. Either way, just a nice looking photo, great background, nice colors, has that old school look. So pretty cool. So I'm happy with those additions. Wanted to share them with you, and just, of course, wanted to mention the Discord server, the Facebook group, the Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, just all ways to reach out to me. But there are other YouTubers and other collectors all over these, so you can kind of chat and hang out and enjoy the hobby. And I don't think you should have to join some kind of premium service and pay money to communicate or learn from people. That's one of the negative things I see amongst certain channels where they're charging money for information, which to me is ridiculous, especially because some of these channels, in my opinion, don't have enough experience in the hobby for me at least, to consider them a complete expert, let alone spend money on it. So there are plenty of amazing channels. Some of them fairly popular, some of them not so popular, but you should check them out because you can learn a lot from experienced collectors. And these are just ways to reach out and communicate. So, all right, guys, it was a lot of chatting, but some cool cards, some nice PSA slabs, all different. Like to collect a bunch of different things, and I appreciate you watching as always. Comment below, let me know what you think, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great one.